This is Jad. Once upon a time, this was RuneScape's hardest boss. If you were skilled enough to take this guy down and be rewarded with the fire cape, you were revered by your fellow players. But times have changed, and no longer does he sit upon the pedestal he once did. However, this guy is still hard. Taking him down these days is still an iconic point in any RuneScape account, but more of a stepping stone of things to come. You see, most people these days attempt the fight caves looking like this, whereas I look like this. This is my Xtreme Onechunk Ironman, which means I can't leave these two chunks without completing every task they have to offer, including obtaining every collection log item, completing the highest level skilling goals, and obtaining my best in slot gear. Well, as it turns out, one of those tasks is obtaining a fire cape. The problem is, these are my stats. I can't train ranged, which is the safest way to complete the fight caves. I'm half naked without any access to even legs. And I can't restore prayer without dying, which is not helpful during a fight caves run. So to say this is going to be the hardest thing in the game I've ever done is an understatement. And it'll be the biggest test of patience I have ever endured. Without access to range, I need to essentially melee every wave of the caves, which comes with a whole slew of issues most people have never faced before. But before I attempt it, I need to get stronger and better equipped. Luckily, there are a few chunk tasks I can work on that'll better allow me to take on these caves and actually get my hands on this elusive cape. First, I should tackle the magic goal. I've currently been killing Tazal like this. You see, I don't have access to any kind of low-level staff, so I have to manually cast every spell, which isn't ideal, but at level 60 magic, I can equip a Tox Meg Tal, or an Obsidian Staff, which will finally save me from this hell. So I bought some runes to train. My best magic weapon is currently this Iron Dagger, which for some reason gives +1 magic accuracy. I can't complain though. Surely 10,000 runes will be enough to get me 4 levels, right? In just a few hours, I'll hopefully never have to manually cast a spell ever again. I'm going to focus on both the Kets and Zeals here, because I still need the Obsidian Shield and Obsidian Cape, so let's not be too picky. No way! Oh, that was so quick! I got a collection log slot already. That was like 4 kills. Oh my god, it's not what I wanted, but that is a collection log slot. That is so good. Look at it, 2 out of 10. That is a chunk task completed. Let's get back to maging. Now, you might be wondering why I'm using Windstrike, the lowest level magic spell. Well, I can only buy runes from this shop using Tokkul, and Tokkul isn't easy to come by on my account. I actually need over 4 million for the smithing grind, so I have to use it sparingly. Chaos and Death runes are far too expensive, so Mind runes are my only option. And considering that Windstrike hits the same as Fire Strike after the magic combat rebalance, it's just the most cost-effective spell I can use, but it is slow for leveling. There's the first level. 1 more level to go, and I can cast Fire Blast now. That is a lot of runes though. Ooh, dunce. I've still not got any reason to lamp anything else, so I'm still sticking with Hunter because it might be useful in the future, and that is level 5. Moving up pretty fast now. And there is the last manual cast I ever need to do. That is 60 magic. I can now wield the Obsidian Staff. I am not even going to finish this kill. I am never manually casting a spell on this account again. In an ideal world, I'd get an Obsidian Staff as a drop, considering that I need it for the collection log. However, due to the mages being hard to kill, alongside its absurd drop rate, I'm just going to buy on with Tokkul. Is this a waste? Probably, but it's only 52,000 and it'll be nice to have in case I need it for the fight caves later on. And there we go. There is a chunk task completed, and I'm 1 step closer to finally unlocking a new area. I will be getting a fire cape this video, but if you're like me, you probably play a lot of RuneScape and have a lot of AFK grinds. So instead of watching TV shows while you take them on, why not try to develop a new, useful skill with today's video sponsor, Boot.dev. Boot.dev is the perfect learning tool to study backend development from start to finish in the Python and Go programming languages. You see, Boot.dev works similarly to RuneScape. It gives you levels and rewards to hit your dopamine receptors, keeping it fun and motivating. Because the smartest way to learn to code is to make sure you're never bored and to constantly strive to hit your goals. I'm actually a software developer, and a lot of the methods that I found when learning didn't suit me as an individual, so I genuinely do wish I had something like this when I was still training. They also take it to the next level, and instead of monotonously following video guides, you get hands-on and actually learn to write code yourself and build real projects. boots. If you get stuck, Boots, an AI-powered bear wizard, is trained to guide you along on each lesson without giving you the answer directly, helping you deepen your understanding of how the code actually works. And with Project Xanaris on the way, potentially allowing players to add their own mechanics to old school RuneScape, now is as good a time as any to actually delve in and take on the challenge. So if you want to learn programming, compete on leaderboards, and learn without getting bored, go to boot.dev and use my code Tellacon to get 25% off your entire first year if you choose the annual plan. Thanks to boot.dev for sponsoring today's video. I still do need a couple of items for the fight caves, and I have some runes left, so let's just go kill some more with our new staff. I am so excited. This thing is really good as well. If I equip the dagger, I've got a +3 magic attack bonus. If I equip the staff, +17, +5 prayer, it's even got melee strength. It's more melee strength than the sword look and the attack bonus, but it's all in crush. So it is actually a decent melee weapon as well. Oh my god, this feels so good. I can just sit here, hands off the mouse. This is amazing. Having to wait this long for a staff finally paid off. Now all I've got to do is get an item because I am dry on Kets now. I was dry on the Zeals with over 350 kills for the first item, and I'm currently dry on Kets, so let's hopefully drop something, big boy. No! That is a dupe. That is my first dupe of any Zard drop, and it's the freaking ring, so I can't even really sell it for much tockle. But a drop is a drop, and I might have a use for these in the future, who knows? And this is going to be the last kill. No more runes. And no more luck. Now that I've got an autocast staff, that's the first goal checked off on the fire cape to-do list. All that's left is an obsidian shield and an obsidian cape. But the obsidian shield requires 60 defense, which I'm a long way away from. So what better way to train defense than by killing cats, as they actually drop both of these items. After AFKing for so long with the staff, flicking these hurts my soul just a little bit. At this point, my 10-year-old PC actually broke and I had to build a new one. I didn't lose any footage, but after setting it up, just 4 kills later, this happened. No way! Rewarded for having a broken PC. That is the obby shield. I actually got it. Oh my god, wait. That is beautiful. I've still not got the cape or the maul, and I really do want this cape for the caves as well, because the defense on it is really good over nothing. I am so excited. 15 levels to go, and I can wield this. I get rewarded for having time off. How does that work? Well, I guess I don't need to kill the cat right now. I do still need the maul, and this is the only thing that drops it, but these still have the better cape rate, so I think this is going to be the best way to go. Guess we're killing some Zeals for a bit. If I'm letting my prayer ring just from killing Zeals, the fight caves is going to be hell. Speaking of fight caves, this is my very own Pokemon Center. It's my only way to restore prayer in the chunk, and it fully heals me as well. It just requires me to die first. That actually took a while. No! These are rarer than the cape! 10 more to go. Judgment Day is drawing closer. Ooh, Genie. And that, my friends, is level 6 Hunter. Ooh, hello, Mr. Jekyll. I've been carrying these Snapdragons around that I got from the Brimhaven Agility Arena, and this super strength is perfect timing before the fight caves runs. And that is 57, so just 3 levels left. And not only have I not got an obsidian cape, I have not got one single unique from them in almost 300 kills. But 3 more levels. Surely we can at least get a new collection log slot, right? God damn it, man. I'm cursed. Oh, hey, Chunk Volcano can't train range. Let's chuck him all of our rings. And there it is, level 60 defense. So I can now equip this beautiful shield. Look how thematic that looks. Not only does this give me my best defense bonus, it also has a melee strength of +5, which has already increased my max hit to 15 while praying. That is huge. All of those kills, and I got absolutely nothing other than obsidian rings, but luckily for me, I have an insane amount of tockle. And because I want to do the fight caves really soon, I am going to buy myself the obsidian cape. I still need to get one as a drop, but buying this for 90,000 right now is going to be really good. Because while it doesn't give any offense bonuses, +9 in every defense is amazing and makes me look so cool. And with this gear setup, believe it or not, I think I'm finally ready to take on the fight caves. At least that's what I want to say. But there's just one more thing I want to do to give me that extra tiny slither of hope of completing a run. I want to get an extra max hit because hitting 15s without prayer is going to be very beneficial. And considering that I'll be hitting with my sword thousands of times during the caves, it'll likely make a big impact overall. I decided I'm killing pirates to train just to chill out a little bit before I attempt the runs, but also because they drop chaos runes. So in case I need to use magic, I might be able to actually cast something better than Wind Strike for once. And there's the first level, and I've not even taken like any damage. My favorite drop from here. And there we go. It took 15 hours to get one max hit, but hopefully that's going to help out a lot in the caves. I am so excited. So I bought some Karambwans, finally dipping into my cash stack I've been saving, and armed with my new gear and a max hit of 15, it's finally time to take on the fight caves. Oh man, I'm actually nervous. For the first run, I decided to just go in with my obsidian sword and obsidian maul, which I bought from the shop, just to kind of test the waters a bit and see if I can gather any information that'll be useful, and to see if melee was truly viable here with my setup. But the bats were a huge problem. You see, whenever a bat hits you, even if it hits a 0, it drains your prayer by 1. Normally, you'd be able to hit the bats with range before they attack you, or at the very least have prayer potions to restore the lost prayer. But I have none of these. I tried one hitting the bats, but even in doing so, they still get a hit off, meaning that every bat would at least take away 1 prayer point, leading to me eventually running out of prayer. By wave 5, I was already all the way down to 16. Inevitably, I died and had to go back to the drawing board. I decided it was finally time to bring out my secret weapon, the obsidian staff. You see, the bats don't actually have a high magic level, meaning I shouldn't be too inaccurate with spells, but Wind Strike wouldn't cut it, as its max hit of 8 is lower than the bat's health of 10, and I'd need to kill these bats as quickly as possible. So I brought out all the chaos runes I'd been saving from the pirates and decided to go in for another run, but this time tried to focus a little bit more and tried to at least see if I can kill the level 360 Ket Zex. And it was working. Running around and using magic stopped the bats from draining my prayer. Oh, I can kill them! I can kill the bats! But I was splashing a lot, so I decided to take my armor off to increase my magic accuracy and try again. Okay, that seems way more accurate. Okay, a hit again. So with no armor, I actually hit on these quite often. So at least this is working. I've only lost 1 prayer point so far. And while the bats were now at least partially solved, more problems started cropping up. What? Why is it hitting me for 1 damage? I am so confused. Where was that 1 damage coming from? I had to do a little bit of research here, but it turns out the bats are just one of the problems with the melee fight caves. You see, when using ranged, a lot of mechanics are skipped. One of these is the bat's prayer draining mechanic, but the blobs and meleeers also have unique mechanics when using melee. The blobs actually reflect 1 damage when hit with any melee attack, so if I can't hit high on them, they could force me to slowly eat away all of my food. And the meleeers actually heal themselves and any monster around them under half health if they're within melee distance of me. So these caves just got infinitely harder than my expectations going in. This 1 damage is starting to add up. I don't like these things. Ranging these, I never have to take 1 damage there. I didn't even know they did deal 1 damage in melee range. That is insane. Okay, it's a little bit of effort, but there is actually a flinching spot over to the east, which is quite helpful. Because as long as I'm flinching this, I actually don't take that. Never mind. Even flinching it, I take 1 damage. That is really, really annoying, you know that. At wave 7, we get introduced to the Ranger. This is where I need to start focusing on prayer a little bit. I said earlier that I have no way to regenerate prayer points, but how do I avoid losing them? Well, that's where I need to use a technique called prayer flicking. If you turn on your prayer the tick a monster attacks and then turn it off within 0.6 seconds, you actually don't lose any prayer points. This can be incredibly tricky to time correctly, and also incredibly risky, because 1 wrong click can lead to me taking a large amount of damage. But that was the least of my concerns. Oh no, I completely forgot they also have melee attacks. That's not good. It turns out the rangers and mages in here both have melee attacks as well, meaning that when I stand close, this ranger can either use range or melee, and I can only flick 1 of the prayers, leading to unavoidable damage. Thank God, rangers seem to be mageable as well. I have to get all these prayer flicks perfect, but it's manageable. I can do this. Well, I can kill him with melee too, it seems. Walking back to prayer flick, then attacking the ranger, and then stepping back. lets me avoid its melee attack entirely, but it's a lot of effort and a lot more clicks, so I'm a little bit scared. Not having range here really sucks, because if I step out, the blob's gonna walk to me. I want to mage it, but I really don't have the runes. Oh, this feels so difficult. If I run to this side, the melee can't get me. It should get trapped. There we go. Okay, I can actually hide from the ranger here. This is good. This is a perfect spawn. Oh, no, not the perfect spawn. That got 2 hits on me. It's okay. I'm doing a lot better than last time. Having a spawn like this is really nice because I can actually kill the bat without it having any chance of hitting me. Oh, 2 rangers is tricky. I'm just going to have to brute force this, I think. Double is so tricky. I don't know if I'm good enough for this. Oh boy, and now it's the melees. I should be able to flinch these without any problems. I'm pretty sure these don't deal the 1 damage like the blobs do, and they only do the healing when I'm actually stood next to them and they attack. So I'm pretty sure I'm safe like this. They still heal when flinching if I mistime it. I have to be very, very careful here. No! This is so tricky. The agility levels that I've got so far are definitely worth it. I've not even got any signs of losing run energy yet. Honestly, this hasn't gone so bad so far, but next wave is where it's all going to change. Okay, this is a really good spawn, but I'm not sure how to deal with this properly. Just like with the blobs, I should be able to just run here. Okay, this is not bad. Just take your time. Don't rush. Okay, this is good. This is good. This is good. One thing that I really need to remember is that HP is an okay resource to lose because I can wait around and get it back. It's prayer that's important. So if I need to sacrifice some health to make sure that I kill a bat, that's going to be the most important thing. No. No. Look at my prayer. Oh, that was a big, big hit to the prayer. One of my chunk tasks is actually to kill a Zek, which is one of the mages, which spawn in at wave 31. So if I can at least get that achievement diary task done, I am happy with this run. Oh, I've got them in a position where I can just take them on 1 at a time. This is perfect. Oh, the ranger can see me there? Are you kidding me? Okay, sorted. Not lost any prayer. Okay, we good. We're gonna at least get to the mages here, I'm pretty sure. This should be an easy wave. 2 melees should both be able to be trapped in some form. Just like that. Absolutely perfect spawn. 1 more hit, and I get to take on the first mage, which will be the final NPC I unlock in here apart from Jad. And there's going to be a mage in the next 31 waves, and every single one of them can one-hit me. Here we go. Oh, no. I have to be very, very careful. Okay, I can hit it. That's good. Not very accurately, though. And it has 160 health. Well, one thing's for sure. These things are not easy, and I have to kill 32 of them. They are definitely going to need to be the last thing that I do in the wave. And that is a hard task in the achievement diary completed. Now I've got to be very, very careful. I want to get excited about that achievement diary task, but if I lose focus right now, it is over. These things take like 5 minutes to kill each. I am not going to last much longer. I'm making a lot of mistakes with these bats. 3 prayer left. No, 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 no. Ah, I've got 1 prayer point. Oh, this is not funny in the slightest. Oh, Jesus Christ. I think this is it. Honestly, at this point, I've got enough experience. I think I'm just gonna take the L on this one. There we go. Almost out of food, almost out of prayer. Wave 36 is the personal best. And with that, the 4-hour run was over. But I could do it. I could kill mages without taking damage. In fact, I could kill everything in here without taking damage. It would just require me to play perfectly for an entire run. Even though I just had 4 hours in the caves and inevitably died, the time was not lost. I learned a lot of useful things, with the most important being that magic would help me solve a lot of the waves better. I didn't have that many runes, so I was conserving them a lot, but if I had an unlimited amount, it would make the run a lot easier. Also, I noticed something interesting on one of the walls. There was a perfect flinching spot. And I only managed to test it on the melee, but with how it was stood, it might work on the ranger and major too if they can't fire around the corner. So I need to keep that thought in the back of my mind and test it as soon as possible. Anyways, I can mage blobs to not take recoil damage, I can mage bats to not get my prayer drained, and I can mage rangers in tricky situations. In other words, magic is important, so I really need to buy some runes so I don't feel a need to conserve them. So I went to buy some runes and noticed a big problem. The chaos and death runes were overstocked, like on every world. You see, this is a shared shop, so if other players are selling chaos and death runes above the quantity of 2,500, I actually can't buy any. And every world was overstocked. Luckily, this gets reset on every game update, so I waited a couple of days for update day and managed to buy a few thousand casts of Wind Bolt. Surely enough for an entire cave, even using them more actively. It had been a few days since the last run, and during that time I'd been doing some practice ready for this big day. I've sunk hours into the caves at this point, learning as much as possible, and all I needed to do was focus and put it all into practice in one final run. The first run I didn't even see the meleeers, but the second I killed 5 mages. So this is definitely possible, at least if I find a method to defeat Jad. Oh, the day's finally here. I have been practicing for this. I'm confident. Today is the day I get this cape. I could have waited and trained my stats, but honestly, I need access to this inner city as soon as possible. So I've got no choice but to get this now. I've done all the preparation I possibly can. Let's do this. This run started out strong. With all of the prayer flicking practice and the pure adrenaline pumping through my system, I actually played the first 10 waves perfectly, not losing a single prayer point until wave 11. I'd rather take damage here than lose prayer, and I took a hit. It's not bad though, that is the first hit that I've taken. Using magic on the rangers actually made the waves infinitely easier, allowing me to simply focus on prayer flicking from a safe distance and taking no damage. So I found it a lot easier to kill the bats while having a ranger on me. However, on wave 12, I lost my focus a little bit and decided to run out to kill the bats while tanking damage from the ranger. This ended up being a mistake, because not only did I take damage from the ranger, but I also splashed on the bats and lost a couple of prayer points. The next few waves were perfect, and the double ranger wave shows how much using magic here helps. I actually managed to take the rangers on one at a time, which made it so much easier. All of the melee waves, including the ones with rangers, were actually a breeze, and I got to the mages losing only one more prayer point. Now, you might be asking yourself how I improved so much in just 2 runs to the point that I only lost 4 prayer throughout half the caves. And well, there's actually one more secret I've not spoke about. You see, during my time off, I did a lot of research, and it turns out the fight caves has only 15 sets of possible rotations. In fact, by wave 4, it's actually possible to find out what rotation you're on and predict every future wave. This is my first time attempting it though, but it's honestly a total game changer. I no longer need to react to monsters spawning, instead I know exactly where they're going to spawn and can set up each wave accordingly. I feel like this is going to be much harder to do in the later waves, but for now, on the waves I've already completed, discovering these rotations were a blessing. And I was finally back to the mages in just under 3 hours this time. Each of these mages are no easy fate though. I only killed 5 of them before, and just those 5 took well over 30 minutes. The defense is just too high, and the amount of focus I need to hold knowing just one mistake could end it all is genuinely anxiety-inducing. But I had to keep my cool for 31 more waves. And then there's the looming question overhead. How the hell am I going to kill Jad? If mages take 10 minutes to kill, Jad will surely take longer. Can I really survive for that long? Well, on wave 32, I decided to try that looming thought I had earlier. The safe spot I trapped the blob at. Was it a safe spot from the mages and rangers as well? Because if it was, then theoretically Jad can be safe spotted there too. So I killed the bat, ran over to the safe spot and slowly watched in anticipation as the major came closer. Ooh, come on. Oh my god, it's actually a safe spot. I can flinch the mages. Wait, I can flinch Jad! This is probably going to take a lot longer than killing them normally though, but there seems to be a lot less risk of making a mistake, so it might be the best option whenever I get the chance. I've just checked the rotation and I'm actually in the worst spot possible. I'm going to be surrounded by bats when it dies. Oh man, I think I've just got to make a run for it. Not even stressful. Well, I can guarantee you one thing at least. You've never seen someone attempt the fight caves or kill a Ketzek in this gear. To make sure I don't make any mistakes while flinching, especially on Jad, I've marked this tile just to make sure that I know exactly where I can click. It's so scary when you can't see what's firing it. Using these as body blockers is perfect. Yet another reason why watching the spawn rotations is really, really, really good. Now, how do I get this in the safe spot from there? Do I have to run all the way down here? I don't think so. Let's see if this works. It does. That is perfect. I don't think I can convey how scary this is. If I even step back to here, it's going to land a mage attack on me and I won't be able to pray in time. So I have to very, very specifically click in this square. This is the furthest I have gotten. My PB so far was wave 36 and I only had 1 prayer point left and 2 food. Look at me now, 38 prayer and what's this, 19 Karambwans? I'm going to need to make use of these soon, because next wave is a major and a ranger, the first of its kind. If all the major and ranger waves are like this, I will be one happy teller. I am shaking so bad I need a break, Jesus. I logged back in a few hours later and powered through the waves feeling a lot more confident. And then came the most difficult wave so far. Okay. Now, this is the double ranger wave. One's going to spawn here, one's going to spawn down there, and the 360's over here. So I think as long as I stand in this corner, I am safe. Okay, let's grab this little guy over here and let's do this. Absolutely perfect. Honestly, scouting these rotations is probably a bigger buff to the runs than the magic is. It's so helpful being able to plan it out instead of reacting to the spawns. Ah! I just got meleeed. Just 17 waves to go. I can do this. 37 prayer. Still got 19 Karambwans. This is looking good. It was looking good and I was feeling good. I pushed through most of the coming waves without losing even a single prayer point, scouting and setting up every wave. At this point, I spent almost 6 hours in the caves, but eventually, everybody makes a mistake. I've actually made 2. The first was incorrectly assessing wave 51 and forcing an almost eternal fight with this meleeer. For over 10 minutes, I hit it healed, I hit it healed, and I just couldn't kill it. But eventually it went down. However, the next mistake wasn't as forgiving. You see, I got all the way to wave 58 with 35 prayer left, which is an incredible feat for me. But as I solved this wave, I did make one error. I left a single tile gap below the blob, allowing this bat to get to me. And it ate through almost 10 prayer points. I want to put this down to tiredness, but honestly, it was just careless planning. If this happens again, it could cost me the run, as I need as much prayer as possible before reaching Jad. I finished the wave with an easy solve, luring the major into a corner and proceeded to solve wave 59 with ease. And then the hardest wave in the entire cave began. I think the rangers are going to get trapped if I stand here. Oh man, this is intense. I can't believe I've got to fist fight one of these again, but because we're attacking at different times, at least I can flick prayers for some extra hits. Okay, melee down. Now how the hell do I do this? Can I lure one ranger at a time? Yes! So I killed each monster one at a time, and as wave 61 started, I took a massive hit. Holy shit! That hurt! I am so lucky the meleeers are trapped over there. 2 more mages to kill an Abbot Jad. Oh, I'm getting nervous. I am getting so nervous. Oh, here we go. All that stands between me and a fire cape is Jad, and all that stands between me and Jad is these 2 mages. I've just got to be patient and focus. I am so close. I don't even know if I can take on these 2 mages without making a mistake with how shaky I am right now. Just one more, come on. I've spent almost 8 hours in here and I cannot let this end now. There we go. There is Jad. I am scared. I have killed hundreds of these and I have never, ever, ever been so nervous. I am a little bit paranoid that I'm going to get a strength level. So let's just really quick disable the level up interface. And here's how this is going to go. Hopefully I take no damage from Jad. because any hit can kill me. It's got a max hit of 97. So I've got a 1/3 chance to die every hit if it's got a successful hit. I need to run it over to this corner and then run it over here to the safe spot. Get it to half health, it spawns healers, and then I have to tag them all before it heals back to full. The healers can hit 14 and there's 4 of them, so I can get absolutely decimated here. I've got to have a lot of things go right. Let's see what happens. Oh, I'm panicking. I don't want to do it yet. I don't want to do it yet. Oh, but this is why we've saved the prayer. Okay, it's not fired anything else at me yet. I've got to keep a close eye on it. It's another magic attack. Another magic attack. And then this should be the safe spot. I've got 18 prayer left for the healers. Now, it's just a game of flinch and do not make a mistake. When it's at 125, it's going to spawn 4 healers. 1 here, 1 here, 1 there, and 1 all the way over there. And I have to tag them all and kill them before they heal Jad back to full. Wish me luck. I am going to take this so slow. This has to be perfect. Any single mismove can be death. Even when I'm tagging the healers, I need to make sure not to move off this spot. If I move here or here, it can see me. I am genuinely so nervous. Come on, I've spent all of that time flinching lesser demons, all of that time flinching to Zars for this. There is no way I make a mistake here. This is exactly where a super strength pot would have come in handy. I can't believe I forgot him. 2 more hits. What? Healers are up already? What? It's not even at half. I have to be so careful tagging these. I cannot let them heal Jad to full. Okay, I've got to tank some hits here while I tag them all. I can do this. That's all of them? Wait, whenever this healer heals, does it heal Jad as well? That is not good. That's really not good. I can't let Jad get to full. These need to die quick. Oh my god, please do not be at full. Oh my god, it's not at full. It's not at full. I think I've got this. If I'm right, no more healers spawn. All I've got to do is just slowly flinch it without mistakes. If the healers do respawn, I think I lose. If they don't respawn, I think I get myself a fire cape. I just want to see some XP drops. That's half. That's half and there is no sign of healers. Oh, just 10 minutes of no mistakes. Come on. Oh, yes! Oh my god, all of that time and all of that effort, and I've got the freaking fire cape. Oh my god, chunk task completed. Holy shit. An elite task in the Karamja diary. A really, really good cape. Look at this. Holy shit. That was an 8-hour cave. 8 hours! I had to sit there through 2 days. I cannot express how happy I am. Holy shit. I cannot believe I've just done that. I have never done anything like that, and I only had 9 prayer left at the end. That was cutting it close. And after 8 hours, just 8,000 tockle. Jesus Christ. Unfortunately, though, I did not get a Jad pet, which means I have to do this potentially hundreds and hundreds more times. Which is going to take a while. Look at the love throw, everyone. Not knowing that I've got to do this another 100 to 200 times. But there's something more important right now. These gates are scattered around and I've never been able to access them because you need a fire cape to get through. Show him my fire cape and now I can access the inner city. A whole new world has just opened up and there is a lot to do down here. But we'll save that for next time. If you enjoyed that, please do remember to subscribe. That was a patience test if I've ever seen one.